Hello, Scorpio. Let's see what we got for you, Scorpio. Celtic cross for Scorpio. What will be coming out after the full moon? What's going to reveal itself after the full moon for Scorpio? What will the full moon reveal for Scorpio? Imprisonment. You feel stuck right now, Scorpio. You feel like there's a lot of blockages in your life, that you're having trouble moving. What crosses you? You feel stuck because you feel like you are low on funds. You're unsure about where funds will be coming from. Maybe you feel like a little loss of hope. Maybe you've expected for some money to come in, but it's not coming, and it's leaving you feeling stuck. Maybe a loss of a job, or you unexpectedly are going to have some kind of financial loss, maybe an unexpected expense, home repairs, and you're unsure about how you will pay for it. Wow. Foundation, the causes of your situation is the courthouse. There's a change or a conflict, a decision was made, or you're currently in court and there's some kind of waiting for some kind of settlement, but you're stuck until getting that settlement, or you're stuck between, separating assets, or you're currently in some kind of separation right now and you're trying to, or you would like to leave the situation, but you feel tied to it because you feel like you don't have the funds to move. In the past, bad health in reverse. You finally want to get out of a situation that wasn't healthy. You finally want to put to bed all of the unhealthy situations and people and relationships and, avenues that made you miserable and made you feel sick to have to deal with it. And you wanted to change throughout that life. Like from that life, a life of feeling stuck. And you wanted to make a change. You wanted to focus on yourself, your family, your home, your health. And perhaps when you made this change, or this change was made for you, you feel stuck and tied as to what you're gonna do, because you're afraid of where the next payment will come from, or the next money will come from. If it's in a court case, you're still waiting on the settlement and you're not able to leave until that's done. The separation of assets, and perhaps you feel like you can't move until this is decided. Maybe this relationship or this situation was in extremely bad health and you wanted to remove yourself because it was affecting your health, your entire life, in very negative ways. your goals, your conscious awareness, the best that can be accomplished at present is the official person in reverse. You don't want to have a position where, like, your goals, you don't want anyone lording over you. You want to be your own boss. Or you don't want any more toxic bosses. You don't want anyone trying to rule over you. Perhaps in the past, whenever you worked with someone, they always ended up to be tyrants, or you always butted heads, or you always kind of like had problems and issues because, Scorpio, you have a very strong character and a strong energy, and sometimes people will feel a need to exert themselves over you and exert their power over you in some kind of way. And you don't want anyone to have that power over you. You want to be your own boss, and that's what you ultimately want. Perhaps you were dealing with somebody that you didn't know as well as you thought that you did. Perhaps they represented themselves in a different way than who they actually were. I feel you don't want to take a lead in something, or you don't want to be the boss of something or try to manage something for other people. You don't want to be an official person to solve anyone else's problems, because you don't want that responsibility. Perhaps this person that you were with depended on you a lot, and you don't want to be the person to take a bulk of that responsibility. What's in your future, what is just before you, the false person in reverse. You don't want to be the official person. You feel like whatever mask that someone was wearing, that the mask has come off. You see them for who they are. Perhaps they've taken advantage of you in some kind of way, financially, and kind of left you with the short end of the stick. Perhaps they even stole from you, or kind of expected you to care for them in some kind of way, and you gave more than you should have. And now you see this person for who they are, and you don't want to be the main person that they lean on, or anybody leans on, because perhaps in the past, whenever anyone leaned on you like this, that you always came up short and you always felt stuck. You want to move out of this situation, or away from this situation, or just move like unencumbered. You don't want anyone to have to depend on you for their decisions, and you don't want that kind of power over anybody. You want them to be independent on their own, and you want the independence and time to be able to be independent and work on your things on your own. And perhaps in the past you thought that they were independent enough, that they had their goals and things like that. So you would be able to focus on your goals and things that you needed to do too. And it's not that you don't want to be in a relationship. It's just that when you get focused on a certain career path, when you have a career path, like that thing that you're focused on, it's important to you too. And that's why you want somebody who is independent themselves and working on something for themselves. And instead, perhaps you thought that was this person when you initially met them, that they had all of these prospects, things going for them, and it made you really optimistic. But it turns out that they were way more codependent than you thought they were. And maybe they even came off like, oh, like I've got money, or I'm doing well, or, you know, I got a rich family, or hey, I got a large inheritance, or and it turns out whatever they were trying to sell you, no matter what that was, it turns out to be false. And now whatever that was, something came out and you see things the way they are now, and there was no reciprocation towards, like, back to you towards anything that you did. Pathways. You're looking for a new path. A brighter, sunnier, optimistic path up ahead. Perhaps you have plans to move or to go somewhere in particular, but you're ready to take new paths, paths that haven't been taken before, roads not taken. And you want to be optimistic about your future again, about what's ahead of you. Whatever the situation was, it was just extremely oppressive, and it took so much from you. And you definitely overgave too. How this person on your environment, people around you, see you as a house. They see you as a stable one. Perhaps you have a shared home, or you have a home if you own a home. Or they see you as a steady foundation that they built this, that you built this house upon. They see you as a steady foundation, and perhaps you were always the steady one in this situation. Even though you thought that they had so much more going for them, and it turns out that they didn't, that this person was not who they said that they were at all, and it was like a shock. And whatever kept you stuck in this situation in the past, it made it easier to leave, because it was like it was draining you and you felt stuck within it. And once this truth came out, man, like, you were so done. Courtship in reverse, your hopes. You hope to end this. You hope to not have to consider it anymore, to not have to deal with it anymore. Maybe there was a sense of codependency on your part as well, as why you stayed so long and you gave so much for as long as you did, because it seems like you stayed a lot longer and you gave a lot more than you should have. And maybe there is a sense of codependency that made you hang on as tight as you did, and at your own detriment. Maybe you thought that they were wealthy in some kind of way, and that's why you put up with them as much as you did, and it turns out that they weren't. Or you thought that they had a higher position that they completely lied about. Or, you know, that they were going to get some kind of higher position, that you've been taking care of them for extremely, like, way too long. And now it's like you hope to just put an end to it. And whatever codependency that you're feeling, it definitely helped you release the situation, because it made you realize that you don't know this person as well as you thought you did. Thief in reverse. I feel like this person is going to reveal themselves. that this person isn't who that they said that they were. And whatever investment that you were giving to this situation, it was never gonna be reciprocated. And you've lived too long being stuck in bad situations. Maybe they even said that they were sick in some kind of way. Or maybe they were sick in some kind of way and you stayed for the guilt. Or maybe even you were sick in some kind of way and you stayed for the guilt. And maybe they were there for you when you were sick and it made you feel obligated to stick around, or vice versa. But the thing is, it turns out that they weren't sick, or if that they said that they were pregnant, they weren't pregnant, or if they said that they were rich, they weren't rich. If they said that they had a high-paying job, it turns out they didn't have a high-paying job. No matter what this, how this revealed itself to you, I feel like it was something that you couldn't ignore because you were being totally depleted, and it became a sense of self-preservation. And Thief in reverse, I feel like there will be an unmasking. You feel like you're going to steal your time, energy back, and resources back. Maybe you're taking this person to court to get your money back. Maybe they did steal from you in some kind of way. And maybe you trusted them. And that became the end of it. Like, you've been taking care of them for so long, thinking it was reciprocal and they were stealing from you. And that's why you kind of washed your hands of this. There's going to be an end towards this situation. What you don't know, what you don't see, but I think you see it and you've been waiting for it. Because you know who this person is now. They revealed themselves and you don't want to be in charge of dealing with them anymore. I feel like this person guilted you to stay, or if this person had a sick family member around and, you know, it prompted you to stay. But maybe it turns out that that family member wasn't even sick, or I don't know, there was some kind of lie, some kind of deception. Let me see the advice. Advice. Milk and honey. Milk and honey. Do 3 cards and then 1 on the bottom for advice. Soulmates. This is a karmic situation. And it disguised itself as, at first, heaven. You thought it was going to have amazing potential, that it was everything that you would have wanted. You were optimistic. But ultimately, you feel like what seemed like heaven, it turned out to be hell. The constant drama, arguments, breaking up, getting back together, because you felt tied to this person, and perhaps you were a past life soulmate. But this home that you made with this person, it has no peace. Underneath it, you're ready for a new life, and you're about to get it. Whatever you've been waiting for, it's going to come towards you and for you. There will be a conclusion towards this. And whoever has stolen from you, I feel like you are going towards it to get what belongs to you back. You feel like something was taken from you, and you're standing up for yourself to get whatever was taken from you back. Perhaps you even need to go to court to get it. But you know, whatever the back and forth that you were doing, even though you did have a soulmate situation, it brought you no peace. It was meant to shake you into making a better decision for yourself in order for you to give yourself a chance for a better life and a new life, because the lessons that you've had with this person is coming to a close. What's the past life karma that you have with this soulmate? Persecution and inquisition, past life karmas, father. Wow. Spirituality and religion, high priestess or priest. I feel like maybe you're their father in a past life, or they you. This person was very persecutory towards you. This could have been a dark priest. Priest of persecution and inquisition. Oh my gosh. I think you were a priest in the past life, or they were, and they were a witch, or in their past life, and perhaps they sacrificed you from not following Christianity, or you persecuted them for the spiritual path that they had. And I feel like that was the karma that's being repaid to you within this life. And if she stole from you, perhaps you did kill her or him in that past life, and that was their karmic return, and to get their just dues from you in this life. Or maybe if they betrayed you in some kind of way, it was because You might have even burned them in the sink or hung them in the past life, or vice versa. Whoever wronged who. Like if they wronged you in this life, if they wronged you in this life, then you persecuted them in the last. Or if you wronged them in this life, it was because they persecuted you in the past, but vice versa, whoever it was. But I feel like it was you. I think you possibly burned this person at the stake or hung him for being a witch. That was interesting. I really like this past life cards, but that's what I got for you, Scorpio. I hope that was helpful. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, donation box below. If you feel moved to do so, definitely likes, comments, and all of that really helps. Gets the word out about my channel. And if you're able to donate, would really help a lot. If you're unable to do so, don't worry about it. I still love you lots, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.